That's in the world. So this situation is not the greatness. The great one is orchestrating the situation. So whatever I'm walking through, I'm walking into Christ's principle that I can overcome, or I can accept and handle any challenge that comes before me, because God is with me. He empowers me. He empowers you. So when you walk through, we walk through because what we really want to see is our elevated self. The mirror can't reflect it. You can't see this elevated you with physical eyes. You can only see this elevated you with spiritual eyes. Oh my God, you look so good. You look just like you did when you was with God. Sit there, look at that. He gave you a whole nother container, but you still look just like you do when you was with God. And when we see that, the evolution of you, you're growing, and you know, we're going to have to be in the world. So you're going to hear things contrary to what I'm saying. I'm telling you, you came from God. Somebody going to tell you you was born to sin, shaped in iniquity. And I went through, we went through that again. Go to YouTube. that ain't for us. That's David said, I don't qualify that for everybody. You know, give me a king, give me a kingdom with all the gold and the money David had, and let me mess up like he did, and I can probably say that too. But no, that's not for Frederick James. And you give me $100 million worth of gold and stuff, and put me in a palace and a kingdom, and I'm gonna show you how to transform this place. Ooh, give me $100 million, give me $60–70 billion like Bill Gates. When I ride through a little town, I'm working in Lima, I looked around, I said, boy, if I just had $100 million, I would straighten this place out. You talk about some nice homes and set up an education place and say I'll build a whole other side of town and say you can go in here once you go through there. And that's basically what God did. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh to the Father except by me. We thought that meant that we had to go through Jesus as a physical person. No. You can't get to God without the Christ principle, which says you and God are one. God ain't gonna have no multitude in this house. We all one up in here. How is your house? Have you ever noticed the difference in the operation of your house when you and your spouse are operating as one versus when y'all in contention? Ain't that something different? That's a different vibe. Even in church, when we all on one vibe, it's something going on up in here. Woo! When the Spirit can move, look at the day of Pentecost, and they were all together on one accord. That's when the Spirit moved. Lord, have mercy. The evolution of you. Any questions? Y'all got any questions? Reverend Fortune, I don't know if you heard me preach before. I'm different. I don't give a formal sermon. I like for everybody to go out of the sanctuary knowing what we talked about. Yeah. Okay. Amen. Amen. And our lives, once we evolve, everything around you will evolve. It can't stay the same. Your house, your car, nothing can stay the same. It's got to change. And let me give you, because this just happened to me. And when it look like it's not changing, don't let it fool you. It changed. It's trying to see where you at. God wants you to see do I really believe this is happening? No, it changed. That situation changed. It may try to appear the same, but it's doing everything it can to hold that little pose. And I ain't just talking about people. I'm talking about your bank account, your health, everything. It's doing everything it can just to hold that little spot. But you best believe that it has changed. I ain't gonna say it will change. It has changed. Jesus said, believe that you receive. Believe that you already got it. It's a done deal. Say to that mountain, be thou removed and cast into the sea. It's gotta go. The evolution of you. And I didn't go as far as I want to. We'll go there next Sunday. Because now that once we get the evolution of us together, then we're going to move this dilemma of poverty, economy. We're going to move it for us. It'll never be a part of your conversation. When somebody bring it up, you're going to say, you still living over there? I thought you moved. We moved. We're going to move. They may have a layoff or whatever. They ain't going to affect God. God said, all right, well, we just go somewhere else and get our funds. Matter of fact, God orchestrates it. He never lets it happen to you unless he means for it to happen to you. We got to grow through it. Well, where we go from there? How do we do? Ooh-wee. These hard, what they call hard times, they present some great opportunities for the people of God. Now's your time to shine. I mean shine too. This place in this space where we are, we're coming to a point in our service where we recognize our outward and can be inward commitment to this union between us and God. Because now we get an opportunity. You know, it's not, we don't do it just as an outward show, but we do it together as a group, as a community, as a church, to say, God, we in this for real. We want to commune with you. We want to have you. We want you to be able to, we want you to know that we are available for you to speak to us, because we want to know that you're available for us to speak to you. And when we have that conversation, that openness and that connection, it brings about a change. And we grow. How many people are still exercising? It works. You writing it down? Write down your goals and dreams. Write down your goals and dreams. I tell you, and as God told me, you don't deserve it if you don't write it down. You got to sign for it at the end. Amen. You got to put your signature on it, promise of other stuff, your social security number and everything. So you might as well write it down. So that way when you sign, you get what you want. And just tell God when you write it down, I'm writing this down so that when I sign for it, it'll be what I want. How many of us have ever, I'm going to close my eyes, how many of us ever had to go to the car dealership, to the furniture store and buy something that was almost what we wanted, but what we really wanted cost more, and we didn't want to spend that money? Be honest. Now, if it takes, now one of the spiritual teachers taught me this. She said it takes just as much money to build a just as much energy to construct a dollhouse as it does to construct a mansion. So what you went for could have been yours, but you got to start out spiritually, so write it down. Write the vision, make it plain. See, these ain't my words. Amen. But as we come to say, God, we in it. We are in it to win it. Amen. Or to receive it, because we ain't got to win God. God done already gave it to you. This is really good water. I'm going to save it. It is. It really is. Amen. As we prepare the table, let's move this out some. And balance now. Okay. Amen. We come. I think the gloves may be under there. There's some hand sanitizer in the windows. For those of you that would like to get hand sanitizer, I'm going to put some on the side. Thank you. Amen. There's nothing like being in the sanctuary. Amen. Good to see you too, Mother Glover. Good to see you, Sister Curry, Sister Glenda. Good to see y'all.